The book buying ban is over! Hey y'all, I'm Courtney and welcome back to my channel. So today we are breaking my book buying ban and going shopping at a lot of my favorite bookstores. And it's gonna be spread over a couple of days. So my mom is in town and we're visiting 2 stores today, one tomorrow and then one on Tuesday on my actual birthday where she won't be. But I have a few gift cards and I'm excited to spend them there. So I'm so excited. I have a list that I'm pulling off of from Bookshop, but then also seeing where the wind takes me as I explore and browse some of the shelves. So the first stop is at the Cincy Friends at the Public Library. It's a huge warehouse of a lot of donated and gently used books, and it's amazing. I've been here several times. I will link above the different events I've attended here and different book shopping days I've come here, like Independent Bookstore Day and then like a Bookstagram night that I had with a few of my friends in the area. So I'm gonna take you on this journey right now, and then at the end of all of my book shopping trips I will do a huge haul where I will unpack, unbox, whatever, all of my books. Don't think they're gonna fit anywhere on my shelf, but that's how it is with a bookworm and a never-ending TBR. So yes, let's get started. First stop done. Got my big bag of books here nearly to the top, overflowing almost, and then it was so nice. The woman who checked me out had like recognized me from Instagram, which was super sweet, so I really appreciate that. So now my mom and I are on to our next stop, which is the Cincy book bus. So here we go. So I'm now 32. Weird. I don't know what 32 is supposed to feel like, but that is what I currently am. So very exciting. I started the morning by walking to Starbucks to get my free drink. It's a caramel, no, it is a grande chestnut praline with oat milk, so it's free. I added all the things I wanted to and got a bigger size, so yes, I'm taking advantage of that, of course. And then just bought tickets to London for the half marathon in April, so finally pushed the button, confirmed that. It feels good. Now I feel like I can move forward with planning things, and it's just solidified, so that's a good thing as well. So that's a fun little birthday thing. Also, got my nails done last night, so I don't do this often. I went to like a salon where I usually get my hair done, and saw a nail technician and talked to her. Her name's Katrina, like learned her whole life story, and then I got to chat with her about my birthday plans and everything. So she was super nice, so might make that not a regular thing, but maybe more than just once a year on my birthday kind of thing. I probably will go back because I have a wedding for my best friend in Indianapolis in December, so I might go right before then to get like some fun French manicure stuff, or I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, so before this, you had seen footage of me at the book loft. So my mom and I drove up to Columbus and got breakfast at this place called Catalina's, and then went into the book loft. So I had a list that I was pulling from my bookshop list, and then my mom was looking for like Christmas, birthday gifts for my family members and things like that. So I got a few books there, but I had to be like cautious because I knew I was going book shopping today on my birthday at Joseph Beth, where I have 2 gift cards to spend. I had 1 gift card at Book Loft with a gift card, or with a discount, or like a 10% off discount coupon thing. So used that and got, I think, 6 books for like 30 bucks. But again, I will do a haul later on and show you what that looks like after today's huge book haul. So speaking of books and obtaining them, I had a little fun yesterday during my lunch and redesigned my home library and office. So let's take a look. So this used to be my desk here, and that got moved over there. And then I am now doing alphabetical by author for my books. These are what don't fit on my shelf. This is like WXZ, but this doesn't include my book haul, so we're gonna have to figure that out. But this, I love my setup now for my desk. It feels a little bit more open, and I have more room for my chair and everything. And my mom had slept over here, well, before we got turned over into this setup, but I think there's more space for if we need air mattresses or things like that. So yeah, here's my Outlander dedication area, and then my ring that I'm wearing right now, the Lallybrock ring, will go in the jewelry dish that I got from my Sassenach crate, which I unboxed that and released that today on my birthday, so feel free to check out that video as well. And then I added artwork, so by the time I am doing video calls, I will have the You've Got Mail watercolor pictures here, as well as my location travel-based calendar. So yeah, I really love it. And then there's my independent bookstore day map that I got from work. So yeah, I really love it. We'll see how long this lasts. The last format was about a year or 2 with it, so we'll see how long this lasts. So yeah, those are the updates I have for you. I do have work today, and then I have a volleyball game later tonight, so more celebrating will be happening later this week with putting up my Christmas tree, decorating. I'm actually going to be cutting it down, which is very exciting, and then going to dinner on Friday night, and then meeting up with some girlfriends over the weekend and next week, because the next Outlander book is coming out. There's going to be big events around that with Diana Gabaldon and different virtual events, so that's not for my birthday, but just something I'm looking forward to celebrate as a whole. But yeah, I will check back with you when I'm at Joseph Beth. Bye! are back to do my birthday book haul. I might have went a bit overboard. I had posted on Instagram that I probably need another book buying ban. I was supposed to go to Louisville or Lexington with my friend Shantae over Indies First or Small Business Saturday, which is November 27th, and check out some indie bookstores there. But I texted her and I was like, you mind if we push that back to the spring? So I think that'll be the plan for Independent Bookstore Day or sometime in April, so that I can get through these books, the books behind me, another shelf. Notice that they are rearranged, not by color anymore, by alphabetical by last name. So I found this is going to be a lot easier to find them. It doesn't look as pretty, but you know, I need function and efficiency right now, as I'm looking for books that I want to chat with you all about, that I want to post on Instagram or other kind of platforms like that. So anyway, I bought 24 books. Let that sink in. It's funny because most books that I read in a month are probably in the teens, so like 16 or 17 max, including audiobooks. So the fact that I went over that in just one weekend buying them is a little... Here we are. So we're gonna go through these. I'm gonna see if I can keep it to like a short snippet synopsis or the reason why I bought it, since if I went into detail with all of these books, this would be an extremely long video, and we're already at the point where I've showed you where I went and like give you some explanations and everything before and after I went to each of the bookstores. So I'll try to keep it concise, but we'll see. So the first place I went with my mom is the Friends of the Cincinnati Public Library of Hamilton County, and this is a like huge warehouse just north of the city where there's a lot of donations, a lot of like library books that were just too many, like overstock kind of things. So some of the books you'll see will still have that plastic cover on them, so I'll need to take those off. I've successfully done it once with All the Ever Afters by Danielle Teller, and I'm like, yes, because that cover was freaking gorgeous and I didn't want plastic on it and like the loud sound of plastic on it. So yeah, but anyway, I got a bunch there. I had started initially not having a plan because even in a discount warehouse of like used books, like they are in order of like genre and author and all of that, but you just don't know what's going to be there. It's not like it's a fully stocked, here are the newer books kind of thing. There might be parts of a series in there. So I went in not having a plan, knowing that. But then once I picked out books that I thought were interesting, then I went back and checked to see if there was any that were on my wish list from Bookshop. So I got lucky in both regards. The first book I picked up was The Winter Sea by Susanna Kearsley. I do have, I think it's Mariana. I think it's down here somewhere. Yes, it's down in that corner over there. So I haven't read any of her books yet, but I was told it's similar to Outlander and a lot of like historical fiction and romance in there. Then I picked up The Night Train to Lisbon by Pascal Mercier Mercier, and this I wasn't too aware of. I had heard of this before and it seemed interesting enough, and it's also very like international, and that's something I loved doing when I did the Read Around the World challenge earlier this year. So I wanted to expand that a little bit more, since most of the books I read are either set in the US or like England or like the United Kingdom. So this is, I think Lisbon's in Portugal. It's still Europe, but it's expanding a little bit more outwards. So that is something I am looking forward to. Then to get into the Christmas spirit, I got Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan. And this I'd seen Dash and Lily on Netflix last year and loved it. And I'm not sure if they plan to do a second or third season because this is part of a trilogy, but I thought it was a really cute story about these two young people in New York City near Christmas / New Year's time, and they are like exchanging this journal of daring each other throughout, or starting in the Strand bookshop. So yeah, I thought that would be really cute. Then I got Alice Hoffman's The Marriage of Opposites. So I think I read Practical Magic by her at the beginning of this year. I think that was my first book of the year, and it was an audiobook. And this one I'd seen around a lot. I haven't read the rest of the magic lessons or magic series by her, but I wanted to try something a little bit different, and this is also like an international foreign spin on it. and I think the cover is absolutely gorgeous too. Then, if you'd seen my video from, was it last week, the week before, the Read With Me one, I was obsessing over Princess Diana with my documentary that I was watching from, I think it was National Geographic. So I picked up Andrew Morton's Diana in Her Own Words, or Her True Story, which has like excerpts from the interview that she did that is like voiced over for the documentary, so that I thought was really cool. And then they also have like different photos in here. So this was her when she was younger, but I'm super excited to read this. And yeah, I'm diving more into the nonfiction November purchasing, but I'll probably read this another time, probably in the new year. Then we have The Binding by Bridget Collins. So this is the shiny plastic I was talking about that I need to take off. It is easy to do the one time I've done it, so I will do it again. And this is a book about books, so like clearly I'm in it. I had picked this up from the library probably a year or so ago and just didn't get around to it because it is a little bit, or it felt chunky at the time. Now I'm just like, oh, that's not too bad, I can finish that in a day or two. But I think I was just trying to get through a lot of smaller books at the time, and I put it back, and yeah, now I'm picking it back up again to add to my collection. Then I am continuing my Fallen Kingdoms series with books 2, 5, and 6. So like I said before, there's only certain books that will be at this warehouse that will be available, and I was like, these are only $3 each. I will definitely get that and have like a mix match hodgepodge of books, since these are hardback and the original Fallen Kingdoms that I have is paperback. So now I'm just missing books 3 and 4. So book 2 is Rebel Spring, book 5 is Crystal Storm, and book 6 is Immortal Reign. And I believe this is the last in the series. So yes, I've already read the first one. Time to read the second one, and then eventually I'll get the third and fourth ones from another store. And the last book I got from the Friends of the Public Library is I Am by Maggie O'Farrell. And this was like by happenstance that I saw this. I was walking with my mom in like the nonfiction section, and I said, oh yeah, I think I'm pretty much done, I'm gonna go check out. And this was facing outwards in like the biography memoir section, and I was like, yes, because this was on my list. And I'd read Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell I think a month or so ago, and like loved the style of writing. And this is a memoir, so nonfiction, but excited to read more about her. And then next we went to the book bus. So Melanie from the book bus was posted out, I can't remember what neighborhood in Cincinnati, but it was really cool. It was outside this like coffee shop. They had a fire pit going, they had hot chocolate and everything, and then she and her daughter were there like bundled up with like gloves and blankets and everything. But it was a good time. Lots of people were stopping by there. It was the first time my mom had seen the book bus, and I knew I wanted to support Melanie, and it was perfect timing that it came over my birthday weekend-ish time. So I picked up TJ Klune's Under the Whispering Door, and this was her last copy available. I think she will always, or will be able to order more, but of her stock that she currently had, this was the last one. So I was like, yes, grabbing it for sure. I just love the cover. It's so whimsical and fun and bright. I did read The House in the Cerulean Sea, and I know there were some problematic elements in there. I think the story was good, the characters were lovable, and you just felt connected to them, but I know there were some problematic like white savior kind of things going on, so I do want to give this one a chance as well. And I've heard it's very sad and also beloved characters in this one as well, so we'll see with this. Taking a sip. And look how fun. Today's your day. How cool. Then we headed up to Columbus to the Book Loft in German Village. So this is a historic building in a sense of 32 rooms of books, all divided by different genres. So there's like an art section, there's a history section, there's kids, there's general fiction, there's music, cooking, like anything you can think of is brought to you in these 32 rooms. Apparently I'm on a Neil Gaiman kick. I don't think I read, oh no, I listened to, it was Norse mythology, which I love. Now that I've read like the Song of Achilles and Circe by Madeline Miller, I'm like getting more into the, I guess like Greek mythology and like the contemporary like renditions and adaptations of those stories. So yes, so I thought I'd go with two of his books, so The Ocean at the End of the Lane and American Gods. So I know these are pretty popular Neil Gaiman's name I know is pretty like famous and popular as well, but I really don't know too much about him besides Norse mythology, and that was like accidental that I had read that. It wasn't because of him. No offense to him, I just didn't know who he was. But I thought I'd give some of his other books a chance. Another nonfiction book was Chanel Miller's Know My Name. So this is a memoir of her experience or being a survivor of sexual assault over in Stanford a few years ago. So this, I know it's probably going to be triggering for some and just be like emotional and sensitive based off of her experience. From what I know of this book, it was written like anonymously at first, I believe, and then she decided to put her name out there, and like the title, of course, Know My Name, I think is important and significant in this experience of hers and many women and men, anybody that's had been assaulted before. So this, I think, will be one I have to be in the right mind space for. The last book I got is one I was looking for a while. I wish it was in paperback, but it was a huge discount at the book Loft, so I picked it up. So this is Moonflower Murders by Anthony Horowitz, and this is the sequel, I think, or like other story of Magpie Murders, which was amazing. That was the first book that I remember in a while getting me back into like the thriller murder mystery kind of genre. I mean, like I'd read Agatha Christie in the past, but that was more for like a book club, and because my brother liked it, and now I'm like, okay, digging deeper into this genre and loving it. This is also a massive book. Need to prepare myself for that. And the last place I went was Joseph Beth Booksellers, and they are a Cincinnati independent bookstore, and I had 2 gift cards there. One that I won from the Currently Reading podcast on Instagram, and then the other was from my best friend as a like thank you gift for planning his bachelor party up in Chicago a few weeks ago. So that was very sweet of him and the Currently Reading podcast group. So thank you for that. And I like knew that going in. I had a finite amount. I didn't want to spend any of my own money because I'd already bought a few things without gift cards. Oh, I should have mentioned Book Loft. I had a $25 gift card and like a 10% off discount coupon, so that helped a little bit bring my personal costs down, I think, to about $30. I went into Joseph Beth feeling that I was going to only get paperbacks just to like get the maximum amount, which is terrible, but I don't know. I wanted to get the most out of the gifts that were given to me and have the longer experience of these books. So yes, this I did go into it with a list of books that I wanted from the bookshop wish list, because I think they had more of an array. With Book Loft too, they had a good amount of the books that I wanted. I think Book Loft had a little bit more of like the indie authors that I was looking for, and Joseph Beth had more like popular ones in series. So first I got was The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo, and I had listened to With the Fire on High by her, but I heard great things about this book as well, and this is all written in prose, which I think is interesting, a different style of reading for me that I am very interested in. Then I got Susanna Clarke's Piranesi, I'm so sorry, I don't remember how to say it. And then also Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. So this, I just like the covers. They're like minimalistic but stunning at the same time. Very different sizes for the stories, but I've heard great things about these books and seen these on a couple of other wish lists of different booktubers that I'd followed. Then continuing on with the Dash and Lily series. I don't know which one's first or second. I think it's this one. I think the 12 Days of Dash and Lily, and then Mind the Gap, Dash and Lily. So this is just a continuation of their Book of Dares after I believe they get into a relationship, but who knows what happens from there. I don't know how much of the TV series is focused on just the first book or infuses any other pieces of these other 2. Then I got Cinderella is Dead by Kailyn, and this I thought was so unique. So after reading All the Ever Afters by Danielle Teller, I'm like obsessed with like fairy tale retellings, and I think this is going to be freaking fantastic. And I think there's LGBTQ elements in here as well, so just adding a little bit, not necessarily like a twist, but a different perspective or different storyline as it pertains to what we think we know about Cinderella or all these other fairy tales. That's something I didn't really like about The Chosen and the Beautiful. Not a fairy tale, but it's a retelling of The Great Gatsby, but there wasn't enough of a retelling to make it different. But I think this is going to be what I'm looking for when I say like a retelling. Then I finally got the paperback version of Burning God by R.F. Kuang. So this is the third book in the Poppy War series or trilogy. Still making my way through the second one. I think I might do this thing in December along with my Reindeer Readathon reading challenge, where I finish books that I have started this year and just like knock them out and not have any DNFs for the year. So with that, I need to finish it before I can even start this one, obviously. Back with some more Greek mythology retellings, we have 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes, and this I feel is more about like women and like feminism and women's leadership and independence in the time of like Greek mythology and how they all like band together for a common purpose. Lastly, I got one of my favorite books by Taylor Jenkins Reid, One True Loves. This I listened to on audiobook. Amazing. I'm glad to add this to my collection of her books. I have Daisy Jones and the Six and Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. This is getting turned into a movie. I'm so excited for it. I've seen photos so far of the cast and I cannot wait. So this will break you, but also like show you the power of love and like how we progress in our years and what love looks like when we're younger, when we're older, and how it changes and how that's normal. So love it. So I wish I could hold I can't even, there's a whole other stack over here that I can't even hold up, but many books. I think, like I said, book buying ban is needed. When I redid my shelves, there's still a small stack over here that aren't on shelves, so that's what's gonna happen pretty much with these, or I'll rearrange and add them by their last names in there somewhere. And oh gosh, it was my birthday, okay? Like I didn't have to, but I wanted to do, my friend called it like a binge, like a binge and purge kind of thing, which I know that's very sensitive for like eating disorders and everything. So just the concept of I got rid of a bunch of books and now I got way more that I had gotten rid of. So but my work is cut out for me for this month, December, and then through April. Since April I will be in London for a half marathon that I got into. I'm super excited and definitely checking out those bookstores over there or bookshops. And then Independent Bookstore Day is April 30th here in the States. So that will definitely be a time where I will replenish. But yeah, I'm wondering, maybe I do have for January, I plan to do the Bookopoly-thon reading challenge again. But now I'm like thinking about like, oh, what if I read through the alphabet, like in order, like did an author by A, B, C, blah, blah, blah. I did notice I only have one book written by an author beginning with I for their last name. And then there's another letter, I think E. I don't have many by them. And I don't think I have any by X. So yeah, but anyway, I kind of like that concept. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Anyway, that is the giant book haul. Thank you for coming along on this ride with me. I am excited, obviously, by all these books and just excited to jump into them, but also knowing I have books that have on my shelves for years that I need to get to as well. And yeah, just furthering my lifelong learning and just my love of books. So yeah, and we'll have time. Thanksgiving week break is coming up, as well as winter break, so more time to read there. Also time to spend with family, maybe reading at the same time. And Jólabókaflóð, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's the Icelandic tradition of giving books on Christmas Eve and then having hot chocolate and chocolate while you're reading on Christmas Eve night. So that I plan to do as well. So yes, thank you again for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up or comment down below what some of your favorite books are from this book haul, what books you've been gifted or you purchased for yourself lately. And feel free to hit subscribe, hit the notification bell to know when I post again, usually once a week. Last week I had 2 videos, so feel free to check those out. And yes, I will chat with you later. So until the next book haul, no, I'm kidding. I will talk to you again next week when I do, what am I doing? I am doing I'm doing my December TBR, and then I have Go Tell the Bees I'm Gone by Dinah Gabaldon is coming out next Tuesday, or this Tuesday by the time you're watching this, and I'll be doing a reading vlog dedicated solely to that. So those are things you can look forward to for me. Thank you again. Have a great day and happy reading.